It's been a whirlwind, man. It's been crazy because time flies so fast. Like even seeing all my teachers here today and asking them about their kids who were like 4 or 5 years old when I graduated, and hearing that they're almost in high school. It's unbelievable. But it's just been a lot of fun, and thank God for the people I have around me to keep me grounded and keep everything in perspective. To understand the things that I'm doing, I could only have dreamt of. So it really means the world.
Awesome. Next question.
Which, I guess for me, which one? The big contract, beating the Bucks in the playoffs, making a run, or the gold medal? Which one was most rewarding for you?
Most rewarding.
I mean, financially, so obviously.
Yeah. Probably the gold medal, just because I think that that's something like only a select few of guys can say that they've done, and to be a part of that crew that I think is one of the greatest American basketball teams we've ever put together, and for me to be a part of that, I think it's amazing and something that I'm going to look back on, and I think a lot of people are going to look back on when I'm older and just be like how amazing that is. So I'd probably say that's probably number one for me.
Before you sent that tweet out, did you know it was going to go that viral?
I probably had a good idea. I knew it was gonna probably do pretty well because I've seen that joke a million times, and so I knew somebody would hit me with it. So I just hit myself with it before somebody else could. Just beat them to it. So yeah, I had a pretty good idea.
What does it mean for you to be back in the halls that you once roamed and be able to give back to the community?
Means the world. Means the world. It's a lot of fun for me to give back here. Nothing means more to me than to give back here in Oshkosh, and something that I plan to do for a long time moving forward because I value this community so much, and all the people here, and just understand this is somewhere that my mom grew up her whole life. She's been here her whole life, and a lot of my family members and friends still live here. So it means the world to me to be here, and just have some fond memories of this place, this city, and to show, my friends that aren't from Oshkosh, and my girlfriend and my agent, all people here have never, been in Oshkosh. So to show them that and go down memory lane is always fun.
What was your biggest takeaway from being around guys like LeBron and Kevin and Steph that you can kind of file away and take out when you need it?
Yeah, that's a good question. I think I think the biggest thing that I probably took from them is just how serious they are about their routines. I'm just starting recently probably to become a real routine guy. I got to wake up at this time in the morning. I got to go to the gym at this time, eat at this time, all those things. But being with the older guys, I think just seeing how routine they are, how serious they are. They take everything from what they're eating, what they're putting in their body, how they're treating their body before and after practice, and so to be with those guys, I think that's the biggest thing I'll take from it is just how they treat their bodies and how they're able to do what they do at such a high level at their age, and that's a goal of mine to play this game until the wheels fall off. So just following those guys' footsteps, I think, is important.
Just jokingly, Tyrese, there's always talk of super teams coming out of any Olympic team. So what's the next super team you can come see from this team? That's it?
There'll probably be something that comes about it, but I mean, I recruit every guy on that team to the Pacers. So if anybody wants to join us in Indiana, I'm all for it.
Recruited you?
Well, I definitely got recruited, but I'm not going anywhere. So I think it was a lot of fun with those guys, and you create, I think lifelong relationships, lifelong friendships. Me and Steph were texting the other day, and that's unbelievable for me because that's a guy I looked up to when I was in middle school, supporting the Badgers, and he was at Davidson going crazy in Wisconsin. So to have that as a real relationship now, I think it's really cool.
Tyrese, on the Olympics ended, you posted photos on social media that your mom had sent you of you wearing the Team USA jersey, the St. Vincent St. Mary LeBron jersey. What kind of emotions did that evoke, just seeing those pictures after what you went through a couple weeks ago?
Yeah, I don't think it. I mean, I think that it was just funny to see because I think more about the times that I wore LeBron jerseys that weren't photographed. Like that was really my favorite player. I didn't watch superhero movies growing up. Like basketball players were that, So to be around him and create a real relationship with him, but all those guys. I mean, there's pictures of me Kevin Durant's jersey, and I mean, I'm sure my friends have videos and pictures of me and half the guys on the team jerseys, you know. So it's just really cool to see, and I think it's something cool for him to see, just because he's been doing this at such a high level for a long time, and now to be teammates with somebody who looked up to him, I think is probably really cool for him to see as well. So yeah, it's just really cool to see.
What memories do you have coming back to this city? I mean, whenever you and McCabe played, it was like, you know, packed gyms and whatnot. What memories come to your mind about your time at Oshkosh?
Yeah, I mean, there's a lot. I mean, we worked out today at North, and there was a lot of conversations and stories about practice, games, crowds, all those good things. But I don't know. I think more about the memories I've had in my living room playing the video games with my friends. Like, those are more what I think about. You know, I think when I get to go to the school and you know, look at the gym, and it still looks the same, has the same feeling it had when I was here, but now my name's in banners and stuff, and that's really cool to see. But I think just the whole city, like driving around town, being like telling my friends, like I was like, one of our coaches is here from the Pacers, and I was like, let me take you to my late night spot, and I took him to Quick Trip. You know, like that was what I had when I was here. You know, so those are more what I think about, because that's just, I think, part of what built who I am today.
When you look at old pictures of the way you may have dressed back in high school, and now you know, go to games with all the swag on, you know, swag rolling. How much has that changed? Was it the pole back then?
Yeah, no, I didn't. I probably wouldn't have worn this in high school. Because you know, in the communities program, we had to do business. That was the only time I had to do business casual. So I didn't even own a pair of jeans until my freshman year of high school. Like, it was the first time I got jeans and khakis. Was my freshman year of high school. So I think, like, thank God for communities for getting me to dress like an adult, because otherwise I just wear sweatpants all the time. But I think like around like my senior year of high school is when I started to take a real interest in fashion, because I look back at things that I wrote when I was in high school, and I always said, like, I'm interested in fashion, that interests me. So that's cool to see. And my parents have so many keepsakes of things that are just like little things that you wouldn't even think of, like the jacket I wore on signing day, or you know, the shoes that I wore in the state championship game. My parents kept all that stuff. So to come back home and see that stuff, it's always cool.
Was there any, obviously the playoff game, there was the crowd in Milwaukee wasn't the nicest. You know, it's a playoff atmosphere. But
It's all part of it.
Yeah, you know, you had some words after for how you felt like that went. Is that kind of just out of the mind?
Yeah, it's just competition. It's just competition. It's always love. I'm from Wisconsin, you know. I think that's the funny part, is when people boo me and say things to me. It's like, I grew up an hour north of here. Like, I'm more Wisconsin than anybody else on this court right now, you know. But it's all part of it. Everybody wants their team to win. We want to win. They want to win. So it's fun banter, and I think it's created a little bit of a rivalry. And so to be a part of that, I think, is fun and something I enjoy. And I look forward to, you know, playing them more and just, you know, continuing my career.
I understand you and Xavier are close.
Yes,
What's
yeah.
it like to see him grow, and then what was your thoughts on him committing to your alma mater?
Yeah, I appreciate you asking that question. That's it's so cool to see. It's so cool to see everything that he does. I went to Open Gym yesterday just to watch him play. So to see everything that he's done, like, I can literally remember being in high school and him getting on the fourth grade team. He was taller than everybody, and I was like, he's really good. And so to watch his growth to where he is now is awesome. And I of course said good things about the people at Iowa State, but he made that decision completely on his own. And so for me, it's how can I help him, you know, be as successful as he can, and any advice that I can give him, I try to pass on. And so to see him commit to Iowa State is really cool, because he's broken all my records. He's done everything I've done in high school. You know, he's taken it to another level, and I think that's all part of it, right? I think the guys that I got to watch growing up, they see what I'm doing. They see I've taken it to another level, and hopefully Xavier can see what I'm doing and take that to another level. And I think that's just a part of the growth that goes on in a town like Oshkosh, and so that's really cool to see. And I'm hoping he has a great senior year. I'm hoping that they can have some more team success. But I mean, he's coming over to my house when we get out of here. Like, we're pretty close, and he's a quiet kid. Like, but it's cool to be around him. I try to go to Ames at least once a summer, so hopefully I'll be able to see him next summer when I go back, and for a few summers moving on, and hopefully get to see his growth continue on.
We got time for one more.
Tyrese, this has been a career year for you over this last year. When you kind of look at everything that you've accomplished and the fact that you're still relatively young, like what are the goals as you go into this next season and just as you have these future seasons?
Just to take everything I'm doing to another level. I think that my whole career, people have asked me what's next, what do I want to do next year, and my answer has always just been, if I give you an answer, I feel like I'm putting a ceiling on what that is, because the things that I've accomplished this past season are things that I never thought were possible 2 years ago. Like my second year in the NBA, I never thought I could do what I'm doing now. So hopefully I continue to take that to new heights. So I don't necessarily have a real answer for that. It's just to continue learning, continue growing as a player and as a person. And I do know that I can't get higher than win the championship. So that's the ultimate goal of me being in the NBA is to win a championship, because I don't play this game for any other reason. And to be in Indiana, a place where basketball is God, it's everything out there. And so for me to be immersed in that culture, I think really means a lot to me, because I come from somewhere where we love basketball here in Oshkosh, and they take it to a whole nother level out there. So to be a part of that means a lot, and those people are so amazing. The organization has been amazing to me. So it'd mean the world to win a championship, and not just win a championship in Indiana. So that's the goal for me moving forward, and just keep taking steps to get there.